When did I first discover this? Well, back many years ago, as I was building my theory of ADHD as a disorder of executive functioning, one of the things that I was reading suggested that our sense of time is related to our impulse control. I hadn't thought of that before, but impulsive people seem to sense time differently than less impulsive people. And I thought, well, if that's the case, people with ADHD must really have difficulties with their sense of time because they have more impulsivity than typical people do. So what we were doing is we were presenting time intervals to people with ADHD. And we would do this in three ways. We'd turn a light bulb on, turn it off, and say, how long was that? And that's sort of your perception of time. The second thing that we would do is we would turn on a light bulb, then turn it off, and we would say, now you do that. Turn that light bulb on for that period of time. And here's what we found. Their perception of time wasn't so bad. They were pretty close to the typical people in the control group in telling us how long an interval was. They're not perfect, but they weren't quite as bad at it. Where they really fell apart was in duplicating the time interval. What does that mean? It means that even if I can perceive time, I can't use it to guide my motor action, my behavior. The task is called time reproduction. Can you reproduce a time interval? And they couldn't. And we found that this was typical of young children, older children, teens, adults. It was bad across the lifespan that we were testing. And so one of the ways I came up with to convey that idea was the term time blind. And especially with teens and adults with ADHD, where time has become much more important in their life than when they were young children, they really were time blind when it came to time management. Time management is one of the major deficits in ADHD, and my research showed that no other disorder in psychiatry seemed to interfere with time management to the degree that ADHD does. I mean, it is a serious impairment, or deficiency rather, in people with this condition. Hence the term time blind for those with ADHD.